Matt, in the UK, you
Mm.
guys have it's just pretty standard to have like your little back garden patio. It's just a nice little smaller average plot of land, usually fenced off, right?
Yeah, if you have a house, it's fairly normal to have like even just like a small back garden. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, kind of like in that. I guess for Americans not knowing what it'd be like in the Harry Potter movies, like the back little garden area.
Yeah, it tends to be like a really small
And
plot, unless you've got like a big house or whatever. Like if you're in like a terraced house or something like we are, we have like we have a garden that's only like maybe 3 meters, 4 meters wide, and like 10 meters deep, something like that. It's really small, but it gives us a little bit of space.
yeah, it's just a plot of yard.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Do you have anything in there
Quite.
that you would consider not valuable, but something you would want people, going through?
My dog goes to the bathroom out there. I don't want them going through that. That'd be rough.
You don't want them picking up little doggy landmines and just, chucking them at the neighbors.
The landmines that I've not been able to pick up because it always rains here. No, I don't. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. No, we don't have anything out there other than the plants that M keeps killing.
I started blasting. Bah! Bah!
Why?
Well, the reason why I ask is I've got another Reddit for us. It's from our Am I the Asshole? The question
Okay.
is, am I the asshole for suing my neighbor after their kid trespassed and fell into my koi pond?
Well, instantly you have a koi pond, but alright. La-di-da.
Well, let's jump in. So I, 22
Okay.
male, have a koi pond in my backyard. And it's not just any koi pond, it's a full-blown, professionally designed Japanese garden with a bridge, waterfalls, and koi that cost more than my car. And I'm talking $1,000 for a single fish. Maintaining this
Right.
pond is my pride and joy, and I've put years into this hobby. And my yard is securely fenced with no trespassing signs everywhere. Enter my neighbor, Karen. Fake name, but fitting.
It's fenced. It's fenced.
Yes.
Okay, so my immediate question is, how did the kid get in there? But okay, go on. Go on.
So,
Keep going.
Karen has a son. Let's call him Timmy. He's 8, and he's notorious for wandering into other people's
Oh.
yards uninvited. Now, I've talked to Karen
Okay.
multiple times about this, but she just brushes it off with, kids will be kids.
Okay, kids will not be kids. Parents need to parent better.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Immediately. I don't need to hear the rest of this. He's not the asshole. She's the asshole. Right?
Kids will be kids,
Immediately.
boys will be boys. That is just an excuse to not take responsibility for something.
It's an excuse for why you've done a bad job disciplining your child.
100%.
And this is coming from a parent. I am a parent, right? If you're immediately leading with the, oh, well, kids will be kids. Yeah, what you're saying is, I have no control over my child. Like, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. So,
It's
let me just get myself nice and snug here while I listen to the absolute BS that's about to leave her lips. Go for it.
Oh, you're going to love this.
I'm I'm already all snug. Just like, ooh.
snug
hit
as a
me
bug
with
in
it.
a koi pond.
Yeah.
So last
Hit
week
me
while I
with
was out running errands, I got a frantic call from Karen. Apparently, Timmy climbed over my fence to feed the fish, even though I've explicitly told him to stay out. In doing so, he slipped, fell into the pond, destroyed part of my carefully maintained ecosystem, several of my prized koi died due to stress, the filtration system was damaged because of the debris that Timmy kicked in.
I'd be stressed if a child fell on me as well.
Be stressed if a child was anywhere near me.
Did he just
but
say? Were they
I don't
saying
kids.
luckily Timmy didn't get injured?
Luckily, Timmy wasn't seriously hurt, just a few scrapes.
Okay. Well, Timmy needed a life lesson. A broken wrist or something probably would have helped with that. But yes, Timmy can absolutely do one.
Not little Timmy.
How old is Timmy? Have they said?
Yes, Timmy is 8.
8. Okay. Right. So have better control of your child. But yes, go on. Continue.
I mean, at 8 years old, you have mental recognition of what right and wrong is and what personal property is. You do.
If you're being taught properly, yes.
Yeah, that's true too. So either way, he wasn't hurt, just a few scrapes, but Karen has been demanding that I pay for his medical bills. Claims that my pond is an attractive nuisance and that I should have had to cover something to prevent kids from falling in. And I argued that 1, it's private, fenced-in property, and 2, her son had no business being there in the first place. Now, let me ask you something. Do you guys...
Excuse me. What the... I'm sorry, like, what has she just pulled out of the recesses of her anus just there? Like, what is this absolute nonsense leaving her lips right now?
So I want to ask you, do you guys have attractive nuisance laws over there?
No, because it's stupid. Use your bloody head.
So when I bought this house, we were looking at 2 different houses.
You were labelled an attractive nuisance, weren't you?
No, so an attractive nuisance is, as the name implies, it is something that is attractive but can be a nuisance. Pools, hot tubs, ponds, anything that can entice people to trespass on, you heard that right, trespass onto your property and get injured in. So one of the houses we looked at had a swimming pool. Our insurance would have been so much higher because pools are an attractive nuisance. Even if you have a fence around the pool, a fence around your yard, if somebody trespasses onto your property and gets injured in that, you are held liable, and so is your insurance company. Attractive nuisance.
All I have in my head right now is just errors in British.
Yeah. It's the stupidest rules ever.
So, what you're saying is that you can be held accountable for having good stuff.
Yeah.
So by having good stuff, you can be held accountable for someone breaking the law and trespassing on your property and getting injured as a result. Yep. What you're saying is, people are such magpies, right, that they see the shiny thing and go, well, I can't be held accountable, it's shiny.
Yeah.
And that is the stupidest... I've got to Google this. This is a thing in the UK. Before I start going on a tirade about the stupidity of America.
In the meantime, do you have any vacancies nearby? Because I would totally love to move down the street.
What's it called? Attractive nuisance?
Attractive nuisance.
So we have it, but not to the extent that you have it. So we have it in that landowners have a responsibility to take reasonable care to prevent children from being injured by dangerous conditions on their property, even if the children are trespassing. So we have it in that sense, but it specifies children, right? It specifies children, but also just don't be dumb.
Yeah.
Just don't be dumb.
This is solved by people owning up for their actions.
So it said he, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he has spent money on something that he likes, put his heart and soul into this thing to make it look nice and everything. It's fenced off. It's on his property.
There are signs
posted. She's saying, there's signs posted even, and she's saying that her trespassing child got injured and it's his fault.
Yep.
Okay. She's an idiot. The child is unfortunately an idiot through proxy. Yeah, they can absolutely sod off.
Yep,
This is one of the biggest loads of bull I think I've heard from any of these posts that we've read. I've always tried to keep an open mind where I'm just there like, I can kind of see it from their angle. No, she's an idiot. What this kid needs is he needs a parent who's going to teach him to not go on people's property without permission. Like, Jesus Christ, on a bicycle. It's like one of the simplest things to learn. Is it yours? No, then don't touch.
No touchy.
No touchy. No touchy. No touch.
Like, is it yours? No, don't touch. What if I want to touch? Ask them, can I touch? They said no, then no. Like, it's so painfully simple. And I know, like, 8 years old, mistakes will be made. But if they've actively made the choice, multiple times apparently, by the sounds of it, to go over the restriction of the fence. Did they say how big the fence is?
No.
No. So they've made the conscious decision multiple times to go over the fence, which they know is a restriction that says this is not yours anymore, right? Go across, and the first time they should have been scolded for it. The first time they should have been told off for it. They clearly weren't, and so they kept going, and they kept going, and they kept going, and now there's been consequences for your actions.
Emotional damage.
Now there's been consequences for their actions. I'm like fairly certain. I'm no lawyer, and I can't call Em in, who is a lawyer. But I'm like 90% sure that he could take her to court and she'd have to pay, because he has done reasonable things. He's put the fence up, he's put the signs up, he's done all of that. So he could take her to court for killing the koi fish.
Well, there is just a tiny bit more.
Yeah, I figured it would be a smile. Go for it.
So it says, when I refused to pay, Karen lost it and started bad-mouthing me to the whole neighborhood, calling me heartless and a terrible person. I've since filed a lawsuit against her.
It's everyone's fault but hers. Yeah.
What's that?
It's everyone's fault but hers.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
He's such a heartless human being. So, filed a lawsuit against her for the cost of the koi, the damage to the filtration system, repairs to my pond, over $5,000 in total. Some of my friends think I'm taking it too far, saying he's just a kid. But others agree that the Karen should have been watching him better. So, Reddit, am I the asshole for suing my neighbor after her kid trespassed and destroyed my koi pond? No.
Now, you may be surprised to hear my answer here. It's come out of nowhere, I know, but no, he's not the asshole.
That was left field. I was not expecting that answer.
I know. I didn't mean to catch you so off guard there. But no,
give me a heart attack and be a whiplash.
Even the kid's not the asshole. The mum is the asshole.
The kid is not. I mean, the kid's the asshole, but not because of his.
He's an asshole because of his mum.
Yeah. Asshole by
Therefore,
proxy.
she is an ass. He's an asshole by proxy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
she neglected to raise him correctly.
Well, it's not that she neglected to raise him correctly. She neglected to teach him, like, that's not yours. You know, there's parts of, because he may be okay in other respects, but in that respect, she's failed. And you can tell that she doesn't recognize that because she's blaming everyone but her.
That mom needs to teach her kid. Somebody needs to teach the mom a lesson. I think this lawsuit might actually do it.
Yeah.
Either way, what do you guys think? Have you ever experienced something like this where, a neighbor's kid or just some random kid, one town over came over into your backyard? Do you have an attractive nuisance? Are you an attractive nuisance? Let us know down below in the comments section. If you haven't already, go ahead and join the Discord. Have a conversation over there.
You're my attractive nuisance.
You're my attractive nuisance. Besties. Besties. Oh, wait, no, sorry. How are the kids doing it now? Like that? How do they do it?
They do it like that. I do that.
And little finger hearts? I don't know. I'm
thing,
not up with the kids.
We're hip.
Actually, I think they do it like that now. They do it upside down.
They do like an upside down thing.
Yeah.
Just seems
I think
so
they
much
don't have to.
than that.
Yeah, I know, right? It's because they don't want to lift their hands. It's easier to just hold their hands down.
Well, they can do that while they're holding their phone,
Love his technology. But either way, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and stick around for the next one. Until next time, bye.